been upset cause no one loves me better. Ata wanipende aje na wapenda shingo pande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Ata wakupende aje utahepa someday.
Reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. Needs to know what's in my heart.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
I got flows, hii ni mizizi kauna po tuna fast forward. Mziki ngumu bila dosa ka cash flow. I'm on ngoja wa kupik kama raffle. Kaza hustle.
Warazi watembe ulimishoka bado na skill ya wembe. Injili meoga itabak ni wapende. Soka mna mboga hizi buzz ni kasembe. Wako chuma utadhani wame crossbreed na metal. I don't bite niko soki na dental. Mitaani najua mbogi ma metro. Yesu makamagera na meshogi wa metro.
Na wake peke aje duniani ili atufie. Sababu ya damu yake mina wetu na uzima wa milele. Haijalishi na mapiga sala, Mola atakupa namna, atakuvusha salama, ngori atageuza sawa.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe. Nasifa zake zitambe.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe. Nasifa zake zitambe. I know my Jehovah is good for real. Nothing can change my mind on him. Ananipenda, trust me for free. Kila nakoenda is my company. You're my strength, you're my muscle. Shuleni nipo kidato. Devo nakula kichapo. Lipo ni papo. Maisha yangu ni yako. You're my one and only.
Time is money so I spend kwa misa. Wana content, tushawa frightened kuandika. Hapa ni buzz bila license ya lika. Umetu equip na hisi high sense na mika. No digri hundio mwito, original hundio mpiko. Jiwe na lao, we live in a mission. Hey, hey, nakani negative, the better keep off. Hey, rara, na Yesu is wrong.
Sawa. You're my strength, you're my muscle. Shuleni nipo kidato. Devo nakula kichapo. Lipo ni papo. Maisha yangu ni yako. You're my one and only.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe. Nasifa zake zitambe.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe. Nasifa zake zitambe. Kauna po tuna fast forward. Mziki ngumu bila dosa ka cash flow. I'm on ngoja wa kupik kama raffle. Kaza hustle.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Sheversations. My name is Caroline Murote. The time is 6 minutes past 11 on this beautiful 11th of no. I am lying. Mbona venye nakuanga mbele, guys? Imagine me nakuanga mbele. It is the 8th. It's the 8th of November, and I just want to know how you doing. How is this month taking you? It is 8 days past November, guys. That gives us how many days? It gives us 1 month. Sindio, until 2025. Can you think about that? Umefika wapi? 1 month and a few days. 1 month and like 3 weeks. 1 month, 3 weeks until 2025. Can you imagine? Like, mwaka imeisha. This year that has tried to kill us is over. It is over, imagine. Na bado hatuja you know, like, we're still alive. Like, hini nyinyi wenye mlisema 2025 will not see you before you spend December with your mother-in-law. Ebu Where are those nuptials? Where are they? Where are the rings? Where are your partners, guys? At this point, wazazi, they've been tired. They're really tired of asking you, wajuku. Because at this point, at this rate, they're like, if you just bring them a baby, they'll be happy. I feel like in Afrikanga, a point where if you're in your late 20s at this point, early 30s, it may fika a point where your parents would not even be offended if you just took them home a child. If you just took them home a child with no partner, they're just like, listen, you tried. At this point, I just want my grandchild because clearly, hapa kwa mapenzi ni kama it's not working and we're not hacking it. Anyways, it is a beautiful Friday morning. Really, truly, I love that it's raining today. I love that it's raining. I don't know why, because my tope, like mud is so annoying. But for some reason, I really, 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 really like the rain. I really like rainy weather. And the same thing I told you guys in August when it was cold. Please don't be making this baby making activity. If you're not ready for a child, just ask yourself, my economy, not the Kenyan economy, not the global economy, the economy in your pockets, status quo, currently present, today years old, right now. When you look at your pocket, can you afford a child? I don't care how your heart feels. Oh, it's time. Oh, mtoto anakujanga na sahani yake. Please, you're not Amos and Josh. Nyinyi si Sauti Sol, poleni sana kuambia. Guys, people are suffering out here. And some of you guys, you've been telling people, oh, me, I have children, my children hawatapitia, my children hawatapitia, and now you're planning to have kids. You're there busy doing baby making weather and baby making activity. Can you please think about your life? Nisha Wambia, if you want to holla at me, let me know how this weather is treating you. If you want to let me know how your year has been and what you're looking forward to in 2025, holla at a girl, Caroline_Murote on Instagram, Caroline Murote across all social media platforms, and at Power Radio across all social media platforms. That is a Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, and TikTok. Holla at your girl and let me know how it's going on your end. Woo! Oh, let's look at some proverbs about rain because that's just how I'm feeling. Wacha tuone kama zina make sense. Sisi, mnasemanga mnaelewa vitu. Okay, kuna hii. The toad that wanted to avoid the rain fell in the water. Oh my goodness. Let me become deep. I did literature. Let me be deep. The toad that wanted to avoid the rain fell in the water. Toads live in water, right? You want to avoid the rain. Basically, you cannot avoid your circumstances. You can't avoid your environment. If something was meant for you, it's meant for you. Utakuwa tu unatoroka and then unajipata kwa kitu yenye like whatever it is that you're running away from. Do you get? Okay, let's look for another one that's actually making sense. Clouds do not always mean rain, but smoke is a sure sign of fire. That's not even about rain. That's about fire. That's about fire. Let me see. It rained on the mountaintop, but it was the valley below that got flooded. Ooh, that one is kind of deep. Okay, Nayamwisho, the plant God favors will grow even without rain. Think about that. Actually, that is the mantra that you need for today. You're welcome. Thank you. I told you that I got you. I love you. That is the mantra for today. The plant God favors will grow even without rain. Kumanisha that as long as God is on your side, nobody can be against you. If God has said yes, nobody can say no. The promises of God are yes and amen. Can I get an amen, church? Come on. Somebody, I love him to me. Offering file 07916690. Zingine, slide into my DM and then I'll give you my full number. You know, if you just want to make a girl smile because I'm here making your life better, you are very, very, very welcome. So we started off the show with Better from Otaria, and we just had Rado by Karuga, Laura, and Stony Jiven. Right about now, we're going to hear from Polaris Pauline saying Omera, and then Space Here 2 by Asaf and Jora and Manasseh Shalom. Enjoy!
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Siwezi shukisha juu hata sikupanda. Omera form sitaki na simu mimi sipigi. Ulisema unanipenda kuliko pesa. Telephone sitaki na simu mimi sipigi. beba oh Osiep na form sitaki Na simu misipigi Na hiyo chakula nilikula Misilipi oh Jedwong form sitaki Na simu misipigi Omera form sitaki Na simu misipigi Emergency sishiki Ukiniita misikuji Omera form sitaki Na simu misipigi Emergency sishiki Ukiniita repeat offender Mzigo Sinilete mzigo Na kilo Siezi beba kilo Halafu Siezi tishiwa na do Nakawelewi ujumbe Itaka free delivery Si explain Takwacha ujione tu vizuri Na nilicheka timu yako ndio ilishindwa juzi Na nimesema mara mingi mimi sirudi Na nimesema mara mingi mimi sirudi Omera form sitaki Na simu misipigi Emergency sishiki Ukiniita misikuji Omera form sitaki Na simu misipigi Emergency sishiki Ukiniita misikuji Omera form sitaki Na simu misipigi Emergency sishiki Ukiniita misikuji Omera form sitaki Na simu misipigi Emergency sishiki Ukiniita misikuji Omera form sitaki Nimesema form sitaki Na simu misipigi Na ukipiga misishiki Omera form sitaki Nimesema form sitaki Na simu misipigi Na ukipiga misishiki
Manase kwenye mic na njora wa manjaro Mini weni mouse Tufike pale Disney ribbon shati na blouse Uliza Tom and Jerry kapati nataka clowns Ama two stupid dogs Tusisi tuko down bet Nimepanga nina space ya two Date kama tunda breakfast for two Tuseme nina hope ya you Vile tuko fi kucheza kama cartoons Here you go Pewa balloon, miss Cunningham, I'm your bear balloon. Call it serendipity, villain I feel so due. Who knew to odd ones could even out the mood. Love TBT kama rapa magoo. Sweet kama pipi shika rapa I do. Si mas kwenda kinki pewa sweetie ya you. Ni mimi ni tekiti role play ni through. So come through, hapo kwangu kama 5+2. You like food, nina wagu ina sick na soup. You want proof, okay maybe ni kanyagu ya chum. Babora time na you, the rest si must to do. To vibe mama. Kama rumba mama Improvise na cham hamna haraka hata Mina wewe dada ni time so tam sana Songea karibu mama Hii ni just for you Cause nimepanga nina space ya two Date kama tunda breakfast for two Tuseme nina hope ya you Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons Nimepanga nina space ya two Date kama tunda breakfast for two Tuseme nina hope ya you Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons
Dexter na Johnny Bravo. Tumekuja na ingine form juvenile. Sijui tukuite superwoman. Baby umeweza kama Kim Possible. Undeniable. Kelly tukaue. Ekangu tapye nuwe resident. Na kwa president Maembe maukamba God nothing on you yeah. Makwase masoso ni meue Ukangonye kusua No aisieli kaiele Na kwa nina space for you yeah.
Nimepanga nina space ya two Date kama tunda breakfast for two
for you
Tuseme nina hope ya you vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons. Nimepanga nina space ya two, date kama tunda, breakfast for two. Tuseme nina hope ya you, vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons. Cha baba, cha mama, kalongolongo nivo, hapana, nivo, hapana. Cha mama, cha baba, kalongolongo nivo, hapana, hapana. Nimepanga nina space ya two, date kama tunda, breakfast for two.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
So that jam is always a fave of mine. Space Here to Alsafa and Jara featuring Manasseh Shalom. Right before that, we had Omera by Polaris Pauline, and that's because I always have a space for you. And I know you guys don't believe me because ukuinje mnambiangwa baki tu venye ulikuwa before you met me. Yes, if somebody ever told me that, if somebody's son told me that, sijui he's gonna lose a body part, and I have not said that. I did not say that. I will deny. I have never, like, what are you even talking about? But like, mbona wambie, why would you tell somebody's child that? Like, mbona upende mtoto wa mtu and then umwambie hivyo ati baki venye ulikuwa. Kai, nyinyi wengine ukuinje, I don't know, guys. You need exorcism and therapy. Exorcism and therapy. Yani, therapy haitoshi. Mimi nawambianga, guys, before you come and try to date me, please come with a certificate from your therapist, your pastor, your parents. And if they're deceased, may their souls rest in peace. And I'm sorry to you. My uncle na my auntie. Sijui, closest kin. Next of kin. Because at this rate, it's not safe. Mimi siwezi kufa hapa because of taxes. Nikufe because of sijui maji ya pink na tia gas ya mint. Alafu nikufe because of wezi wa Kiambu pale Gashie. And then makanga guys and drunk men on matatus. And then pia mapenzi niue. Imagine some, like, we need to choose a struggle. And that's not the hill that I'm gonna die on. Imagine me niko sawa. Venye nilizaliwa na kuanga tu sawa. And whether it's delusion or not, guys, as much as nataka mapenzi siwezi kufa huku nje, because some of you guys are in the trenches. Y'all are passing through stuff. And it's weird. But anyways, what is happening? What's actually going on is that caretakers are conmen, guys. Housing agents are conmen. And I just want to know your experiences when it comes to house hunting. House hunting huku Nairobi, ama huku Kenya. How's that been going for you? Because tell me why. Tell me why I went to Kasarani, guys. And then they're like, oh, this bedsitter has a sink. Na hiyo sink ina float. Hakuna kitu imeishikilia. Like, hakuna hata draining. You know, drainage. You see, like, that thing where you put your dishes, you know, with the ridges, so that the water flows into the sink while your wet dishes are drying. Why would it be hanging on the wall with no counter? Alafu nauliza wardrobe iko wapi? And then naoneshwa mbao kwa ukuta with like 3 or 4 nails. And my thing is, ukuni wapi? You enter that room, you realize the lights are on. You switch off the lights. It is broad daylight, 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 12 noon. Unazima stima na hakuna mwangaza. And honestly, guys, I just feel like Nisawa, it's okay. That's what some people can afford. But the fact that you as a landlord, hiyo ndio nyumba ulijenga, you are wicked. Let me tell you, you're wicked. You need to repent. Me, Sijui, I don't know. Maybe I'm saying this from a point of privilege, but I deeply desire to be a landlord. I genuinely want to own my own rental properties. And I normally say that I want to build the kind of houses I want to live in. And does poverty and greed get people to a point where they don't actually care about humanity? Guys, I'm going to choose to live in my bubble. I keep saying that I'm going to choose to live in my bubble where life can be better and you don't need to stoop to the standards that people are living by. You need to tell yourself, I'm going to live in a house where I can actually see light. I'm going to live in a house where there's actual ventilation so that when you wake up to cook an egg at 3 a.m., you're not suffocating for the next 4 hours until morning. Imagine, guys, when your parents thought about you, those of you that were planned, those that came and surprised their parents, oopsie. Now, when you walikuwa Valentine's and wham bam, thank you, mama, and one night stands, poleni kwenu. But for those of you that were planned, this is not what your parent had in store for you. This is not what your parents had in, like, you can't tell what time of day it is. Ujui kama ni mchana ama ni usiku. Imagine, guys, can we please aspire better for ourselves? And some of our parents who fought crocodiles and swam in rivers to get to school with no shoes and no sweaters in the middle of the cold. Imagine they survived and they did well for themselves and they lived to tell us all of those horror stories and they were too traumatized for living better lives than them. So can you actually do better for yourself? Like, a lot of our parents are evidence and proof that you can actually do better for yourself. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Please and thank you. Can we actually stop living lives that are the bare minimum? And I know you say it's about money, but it's about aspirations. When you want better for yourselves, it does not matter where you come from. Honestly, I dare to challenge somebody to just come out of the situation that they're in their mind first and foremost. First of all, yeah. English has defeated us as usual. I concede, honestly. You guys, you can never fight with English. It never loved us. Remember? Quoting Drake. Are we still quoting Drake, guys? Ama we cancelled him. I can't keep up. Are we cancelling anybody this week? Y'all did Kamala Harris dirty. Mbona mweke kwa katoni ya mala alafu mseme Kamala. Ati leo jioni nakula ka ugali na Kamala. When we get to heaven, on judgment day, first of all, some of you will not see heaven. Watch any seme too, because why would you do that? That is unhinged. That is diabolical. That's not okay, guys. You guys are not okay. You're not fine. Like, why would you put her photo on a curtain and say, tunakula ka ugali na Kamala, and then you put Kamala and you put her photo there? Oh my goodness. I just never know. I am at a loss. Every single day I wake up 24/7. I'm just like in a constant state of shock. I get surprised and shocked in advance in preparation for the things that I'm going to see on the internet. Y'all don't deserve the internet. You guys do not deserve the internet. And at some point, it just needs to be shut down. It needs to be shut down because you guys are really, 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 really weird. But let me know what your weird house hunting experiences have been. Tell me what your weird house hunting experiences have been. Like when they tell you kuna maji, and then you're being told by the caretaker to have a drum of water. And then they tell you that, no, you have to pay for the water that you're going to be pumped into your drum. Sijui what. And I'm just like, makanga na caretakers wawekwe tu pamoja. Mali watapigwa na hiyo radi. Sijui when, if it's going to happen live, ama it's after everybody has died. Na tunafuliwa and we're being told, ona venye ulifanyia watu. I feel like they need to be there in that department. Tuweke politicians in one corner, alafu makanga na caretaker tuwape to a special department. Alafu tuweke Kenyans as the administrators of their punishment, because guys, vitu tumepitia huku nje, sijui hata niseme aje. Sijui the amount of people that have been conned na hii mambo ya deposit. For you to realize that the person who was taking you to see that house has nothing to do with that property. We unarudi 2 weeks later na vitu zako, and then you find a guy at the gate and he's like, Rada, and you're like, yeah, I'm here to move in. Nishalipa deposit na rent ya, a whole month. And then the guy's like, nigga, no. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I feel like crying. Sometimes I want to un-Kenyan myself. And then I realize that there's problems elsewhere. And guys, it is not fancy being a foreigner. I know we want to travel. It's cute when you're traveling. It's cute when you're a tourist. Living in another person's country in this day of capitalism and colonia. After wazungu walituacha, wakatuachia makantries zetu. Iyo kitu, iyo concept, yenye inaitangwa iyo koloni iyo. After that state, it's not cute being told papers. I lived that life for a minute. And let me tell you, you don't want that for yourself. Y'all need to be thinking about your life. Y'all need to be thinking about your life. Anyway, so today we have a fun-packed show for you. Today we're talking about masculinity and empowerment. You see, ladies, I got you. Gents, I got you. Like, I'm here. I'm here for our bosoms and our boys. Like, I'm here. Like, I stay ready. And so we're gonna have a couple of gentlemen in just a moment who are going to be conversating with us about what does it look like to be a man in today's Kenya versus all this screaming about women, oh girl child, oh gotcha. I know mnakwanga mmechoka. But we be saying that these conversations are relevant. These conversations need to be absolutely spoken about. Yeah. And then y'all let me know for next Friday which powerful woman you want us to shout out. Okay? Already. All right. So right about now, we're going to have Vibes on Vibes by Njera and BV, and then Energy by Polaris Pauline, Mayonde, MDQ, and HSKE. Enjoy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Tonight, I know you feel a type of way. No need to hide away from me. Now ukifika nipate kule kwenye kumeshika, sema you will come my way. Toto cheze Saturday, yeah. Vibes on vibes, vile umeweza sisi tunaweza vibe. Chocolate dark skin in a all white, umedunga nice vile mimi who like, so come outside. Wewe uta nice. Tell the DJ play it twice. Wait a little eyes. Let's bring the night alive. Nice, nice,
I wanna drown with you, be your mister. With your waist on my waist, one down low his. Kwa kitanda si tutafika. And give me what your mama gave you, make it mine. Bad body on my body, fine by design. Undi ukionsisi, I'ma be quite risky. You make a boy, make a ploy, and I'm quite tipsy. I don't know how the night is gonna be by morning. Long as you with me and morning. Tongue kissing, half you, tongue talking. When it's over, don't be shy when it's over.
Vibes on vibes, vile umeweza sisi tunaweza vibe. Chocolate dark skin in a all white, umedunga nice vile mimi who like, so come outside. Wewe uta nice. Tell the DJ play it twice. Wait a little eyes. Let's bring the night alive. Nice, nice,
so come outside.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Maisha ina stress but sitachoka. Manake mimi staya mimi nyota. Mungu peke ndio mimi nitaogopa. Get back cause una choma 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 choma. Daily na meremeta, form yangu ni kutesa. Usikol kama si pesa, bade na chipeleka. Ninaselela, dombola, mande mana lose composure. We catch flies, not feelings. Leo tuna dance for ceiling. Don't waste my time, don't miss my energy. Don't kill my vibe. Don't mess my energy. Let's say goodbye. Just fly around me. Let's spend some time. Just spend some time with me.
Feeling important. Feeling like something is coming all over me. Feel like a soldier. Feel like I'm going to war with the enemy. I've gotten older. I'm very comfortable with my identity. It's never over. I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm willing. I'm feeling hypnotized. I'm feeling like a child. I need to realize I'm feeling so alive. I take off my disguise and I get myself the prize. I don't mean to be shy. All I can do is try.
Don't waste my time. Don't miss my energy. Don't kill my vibe. Don't miss my energy. Let's say goodbye. Just fly around with me. Let's spend some time. Just spend some time with me.
Some people search and seek until they find the light. Some people think that everything they think is right. Some people don't believe in peace, they want to fight. Some people not my type. Some people not the vibe.
Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa. Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Ati wanatusimamia haja gani situnala wamejaza magunia pesa zetu ndio wanagawa tumebaki tukiumia sisi tutawanyamaza siku zinakaribia miti yote yanateleza nini vitu vidogo dogo kutufunga macho jasho zetu na bidii tuonyesheni risiti mstahiki mea tumechoka na hadithi tumechoka hamtujali sasa tumechoka hamuoni vile tumechoka sisi sote sasa tumechoka. Tunaona sana vile mnatufanya, tunawatazama. Wakati umefika, wakati wa kushuka, tumechoka kuzungushwa, sasa tumeungana. Tumechoka, hamtujali sasa tumechoka, hamuoni vile tumechoka, sisi sote sasa tumechoka.
Na ajue sasa hii ni mwanzo.
station, Power Radio.
Already, good morning once more. It is 23 minutes to the hour to half past day. See, half past day. See, 12 noon is half past day, guys.
Yeah.
Ama, we said, imagine we're disempowering English. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am not alone in studio. I am here joined by some guys wenye hawakunipea dress code. Wameamua kuja hapa in bandanas, and then I'm just here looking also kamba, you know.
Haiko plan.
Nakaa mtungia maji, guys. Nakaa mtungia maji, and then they're just here looking awesome. Ni sawa tu nimewasamehe, because I know you guys have good content for us. But good morning. How are you guys doing?
Freshy, man. Yeah, Kofiti, we are doing good.
Uh-huh.
We're happy to be here for the second time.
For the second time. Yeah. You guys were here last week.
Yeah.
Kwani amnanga form?
Form ni power radio.
Form ni power. Mnesikia. We're going to have that on repeat. All right. So yeah, for the guys who might not know you, please introduce yourselves. We can start with you, Victor.
Yeah, my name is Victor. I am a writer. I am a fan of Kenyan art. And I am very, very, very pleased to be here.
Very pleased to be here. Yo, Aki, that was so cute. It sound come easy compositions of myself. Then you can like write about yourself. My name is I come from. That was so cute. Thank you. Alafu, before you even introduce, let me tell you, your fans have been fighting us. Atimbona tunakuita James. Ebu wambie that those are your government names. Na wendi oblitupea. Ebu tutete. Just like I need that.
Watu wamekuwa kinini.
I'm like atimbona tunakuita James. Ebu ongelesha watu wako wambie ndio jina yako.
My government name is James Mohodho, but online they know me as Blaze. So we run Blaze Talks podcast with Victor and our friend Frank.
Okay.
Yeah, kumeko kam leo.
Okay.
And yeah.
Ako na bandana ndio maana.
Msifight watu kwa nini. These are good people. These are our people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Imagine me, I was just like, no, guys. But anyways, welcome so much, Blaze and Victor. Yes.
And shout out to Franje. Unfortunately, I can't make Leo, but
yeah,
he's the third person in the crew, and he's very good with startups and the whole cryptocurrency space.
Ooh.
So yeah,
cryptocurrency.
So check out Blaze Talks podcast. Anakuanga ana feature heavily huko.
Wow, kuna vitu amelewa because cryptocurrency, guys. Like imagine he needs y'all need to bring him next time. Ama kuje peke yake.
To show then we'll just communicate with him.
Okay, awesome. Send him over because me sielewi economy, by the way. Uchumi na wapeleka aje, guys.
Yeah, we are struggling properly.
It's the honesty. Say M-Pesa is showing us dust.
We are seeing things.
Yeah. Victor, ama kwako labda kuko better. Ama inakai weather. It's just raining.
I think no, like, but on a serious note, I think for everyone it's not easy. People are living from hand to mouth. That's not something that obviously we want. So just be kind, give referrals, support people where you can, and because we are all in this together.
And pay on time if
very important.
Pay on time.
Yes.
Guys, unaona huko wasanii wanajitetea. Y'all are being weird. Mbona mnakana pesa za watu? Imagine, guys, hata makanga hawainangi. I find that so interesting. Makanga anakuambia, mavesi ni 5 bob tu. But like, imagine if you're 5 bob short, will they really understand? Sana if you didn't talk before uingie.
Yeah.
Wanakuelewanga kweli?
Hawezi elewa.
And like, it's so interesting to me how entitled people are to people's money. And I'm just like, but anyways, guys, I don't actually blame the individuals. I blame the systems. So we just need to dismantle the systems. And I'm glad that we are here to have an interesting conversation. Because you guys, Naiza Waita masculinity experts. Some of you're just boys. You're just the guys.
No.
It heavy disclaimer that those are just your personal opinions, personal experiences.
Alafu plus, I always think that isipokuwa vitu kama maybe law, engineering, hizo vitu zenye ziko like they are set in stone.
Yeah.
A lot of these other things are usually like zina change. Because even law, like law inananga ikichange from presidency ile kwa 1970.
Yeah.
It applies.
Yeah, exactly. Because unajua law pia ina borrow a lot from culture.
Yeah.
And as culture, keeps evolving.
Yes.
So I think for you to call yourself an expert.
Yeah, ni kukua now a very high opinion of yourself. Yeah.
Which is not what we stand for.
Aki guys, what is this imposter syndrome life?
No, not really. It's not imposter syndrome. We don't like
humility.
When we started off, we don't want to be a figurehead for anything.
Okay.
We don't want to represent anybody or a movement or
you don't speak for anyone.
A group of people. Yeah, we don't speak for anyone.
Okay.
These are just opinions, and we always have these disclaimers where we are here to learn from everybody. Our word is not set in stone. Usipo agree na sisi, we won't tell you, oh, you are cancelled, you are stupid or something. Yeah.
Wanaogopa kukanseliwa guys.
Not really. Actually, mimi siogopangi kukanseliwa.
You don't care, you're like...
No, see, I don't care because that comes off the wrong way, but
okay.
I don't mind being cancelled.
You don't mind being cancelled?
If I believe I'm right.
If you have the conviction.
If I believe I'm right, then...
I said what I said.
Yeah, because, kitu ingine pia imemesa our society up ni, people know what is wrong, but because there's a mob mentality, there's a hard mentality that says, msanii atatoa ngoma leo, right?
Yes.
Mse fulani mwenye ni maybe akona influence atasema, oh, miss feeling ngoma. That's his personal opinion. Wewe juu maybe umeamua kufollow huyu jamaa, hata hujasikiza hiyo ngoma, ushaanza kusema, oh, msanii ameanza kulegeza, msanii anakuanga chini,
hata nilijua
hii radio hata nikujua itaanguka. Like, people are putting in so much work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And you're not even giving people a chance.
Imagine.
It's not even just about art. It's about, the feminist movement, the masculinity movement also. And I'm happy that at least we're here to have that conversation.
Yeah.
If you don't hear people out, if you don't have an opinion for yourself, utakuwa una issue apologies every day.
Every single day. Yeah. Literally, you can never be everybody's cup of tea.
Exactly.
Alafu proverb yetu hapa kama Kenya, Kenyans are born opposition. Born opposition. I have seen it live, guys. I have seen it live, and I'm just like, Kenyans, we just as a country.
Yeah, we love being contrarian.
Yo, we need that. We need to be soaked in rice. We need to be soaked in rice. Unajua simu yako ikianguka kwa maji. Soaked in rice, sijui coconut oil, try hizo impurities, and then maybe we'll have a chance. But anyways, let's talk about masculinity. Here on Sheversations, we talk about conversations that empower girl child. But yeah, you guys are here to represent. And what is a stereotype about masculinity that you try to deconstruct daily? Kitu yenye, hey, men don't, men can't, men will always, and you're just like, no, I actually don't like that, and I'm intentional. We can start with you, Victor.
I think juzi kulikuwa na hiyo like Trump won in the States, yeah?
Yes.
And
he won.
And one of the reasons, and ukiangalia a consensus among people who supported Vice President Kamala is, like wanasema these guys are too far right and what.
Yes.
But the movement yana support Kamala, one of the reasons they lost is because they are very like it's my way or the highway. And that puts off a lot of people.
Yeah.
And ukiangalia the feminist movement in Kenya, like me, I'd say I support up to 80% of the things they say.
Yeah. Some things are weird.
Yeah, like because kuna vitu kama equal pay for equal work, we support you.
Yeah.
Women should be able to make their choices about their bodies.
Yeah.
Rapists should be buried underneath the prison. I agree with all those
castrated.
things. Yeah. But then, like wamado, like that's one of the crimes I believe.
I love that.
There's no justification for it. Mtu akiiba anasema alikuwa na pesa, anasema alikuwa na njaa. But for rape there's no explanation.
It's
there's no justification.
So I think that the movement itself, not talking about individuals, needs to learn that just because someone has a different opinion from you, doesn't mean that they are a pedophile
or they are against you,
or they hate you, or they want to kill you, or it's just people have different
opinions, perspectives.
There's things that we can't agree on, like
facts.
For example, like rape. For example, like murder, femicide. Those ones are not up for debate. But there are some things that are meant to be discussed, like tutaongea baadaye. But yeah, like I think there's just because someone has a separate opinion from you doesn't mean that they hate you or they want you dead or they want you to live your lives in
misery.
bondage or
Yeah.
misery.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. What's a stereotype about masculinity, Blaze, that you wanna
there's this
deconstruct?
notion where that masculinity in itself is inherently toxic.
Okay.
That when someone says
You're born.
Yeah.
Blunder.
that you are born a man, so you're inherently like toxic.
Yeah.
And when you look at the things that they are saying, you're toxic, like choosing strength,
Yeah.
choosing being like having communities as men. Sometimes they say these communities mnaenda could discuss. There are some very sketchy communities, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, because for Nini, like people behave weirdly in any community. But saying masculinity in itself is inherently toxic is an injustice to maybe to men and also like to the society as a whole.
Yeah.
So because you find that when there's this movement where it has been that dudes should be like nice, dudes should be pushovers and all that. That's an injustice to like
Who's gonna fight the wild animals though?
Yeah, who will no. So
Lions, tigers, bears.
yeah. So masculinity, yes, there are some very toxic parts of masculinity, but when you approach it as being a man is bad, a problem, especially for people like, let's say, for people who are raising young boys and all that.
Yeah.
Growing with your messaging,
Men are trash, men are
you
dogs.
You are a problem.
Yeah.
You are XYZ.
Yeah.
Your heroes ain't shit and all that.
Yeah.
Inakuwa a very funny thing.
It's toxic in itself.
Yeah, so there was some studies showing that especially like in the US and elsewhere, most dudes are checking out of society. So dudes are not going to school.
So they're like...
Yeah, they are not... wako tu wakicheza games.
Living in the mountains. And they're going to come out and shoot a high school.
Yeah, so shit like that.
Yeah.
Then unapata, they are not... Like, unapata, there are sometimes ladies who are asking, oh, where are the good men? Blah, blah, blah. Unapata, these dudes wamejifungia tu. They gave up.
They're just like, because we clearly don't belong in the society.
Yeah, we are toxic, wacha.
Okay, so now you're trying to put a voice to show that actually, guys, kuna shida hapo mahali. There's a conversation we've failed to have.
Yeah, that should, even like when there are these figureheads in like masculinity and all that. So my view is that instead of blaming these people, instead of blaming the Andrew Tates of the world, like what facilitated these dudes being seen as this? Nani amefail these young men that they can't see. If you can't see your dad, or if you can't see men in your community as your heroes, these people have failed you. So you are going elsewhere to look for these figureheads. And it's very easy nowadays where like maybe you have a problem maybe with girls. Maybe you are searching on Google, why do girls reject me? Ukisha type hivi, you'll find so many people talking about this.
Yeah.
So the problem now the other thing that we were trying is showing people that masculinity is you. It's about you. It's not about like the popular culture or who you follow.
Yeah.
Like if someone tells you have to follow me so that you can be a man, that person, like those are like false prophets. Yeah.
Cults.
So for most, especially for young dudes, hawajui ku synthesize information, what's good and what's bad.
Right.
So, for instance, you can find, kuna kwanga na so many like don'ts in these masculinity spaces. Don't get her flowers, don't open the door, don't do this.
Because your hands will fall off, surely.
Yeah, you are a man or something. No. So, at you utaonyesha softness.
You're simping.
Yeah, you'll be simping, especially, So, unaona sasa, like, these dudes were already disadvantaged. They can't pull women or they can't participate properly.
Like, they have nothing to offer because it's like you're not in society, you're living in your head.
Yeah, you have nothing to offer. You can't communicate well. You maybe you don't dress well. So, ukiambiwa ukiongezewa another stack of things that you can't do, unaona ina kunini tu sasa.
You're gonna die alone,
Yeah.
bro. It's weird. Now let's talk about somebody who's always on he's always trending in the once every 2 months. Andrew Kibe, because the Andrews of the world are weird. What, like, I know we're weird about saying names, but he represents a whole demographic of Kenyan men, honestly speaking, because I've had many conversations across the few years that he's really, made it to the top of our charts, like when it comes to trending. What sector of men does he represent? And is that sector of men valid? Because it's a lot. Andrew Kibe says a lot. A lot of people listen to him. A lot of people, take up the things he says, and you see on the comment sections on YouTube, unaona tu kife, they're calling him. They're like, akuja hapa apewa tu kiboko, and all those things. So what factor of masculinity is that? And it's like, is that what we're going for? Like, I'm just curious to hear your opinions on that.
So my opinion is that personally, I don't subscribe to what he says, a lot of what he says. I mean, obviously, even a broken clock inakwanga right twice a day.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
He'll occasionally says a few things that make sense. But a lot of the things that he says are meant for, like Wile Blaze anasema, you see, the universe hates a vacuum,
Yeah.
So I think that, society has failed, especially young men. Mtoto wadogo wa kutoka 13 years hadi by the time tunamaliza campus. So either your dad is absent from your life, or like he's too busy to create time for you. So unapata you are getting your sex education from porn, you're getting your like how to be a man from
the internet.
From your fellow young men, or from the
kids who don't know anything themselves.
And then kama vile Blaze anasema, if you search certain questions, those figureheads are the ones that will pop up to the top, and they have their own agendas, and sometimes it's not that they set out to set the world on fire, but your father will tell you the harsh truths that are uncomfortable, but then will make you a better man. Brush your teeth in the morning if you want people to like
respect you.
Wash your underwear in the morning. Those small things like that. Be a reliable person. If you say you're going to be at a place by 9, be there at 9. But you see, those are things that take years and years and years and years to develop. If you see a person saying please and thank you, hajafunzwa leo, alifunzwa kutoka utotoni.
Facts.
But we fail these young people, and they believe that they have an inherent right to abundant amount of
richness,
of wealth, and women,
party life,
and that's not how the world works. For you to get something, you have to work for it. So these people are telling them that they have an inherent right as a man to have women bow down to them, to own the world,
and a certain caliber of women when rejecting
exactly.
Yeah.
So you are going on Twitter and a woman posts a photo in a bikini, not even in a bikini, like you just
a photo,
just whatever.
You are there just saying you don't look like
slut.
You don't look Tiana Trump. You don't look like Amber Rose. Go to the gym. And, like you're not looking inward. These people are just being taught how to point fingers and talk
outward.
It's a lot of anger, a lot of projection.
So
exactly.
I'm sorry.
So when you look at the rise of Andrew Kibe and Andrew Tate in abroad, it shows that there's a vacuum and people are bashing these people. Andrew Kibe ako kazi. No one forces your 14-year-old to listen to Andrew
And he's
Kibe.
monetizing that stuff.
No one is forcing your 14-year-old child to listen to Andrew Kibe. So people are forgetting that, yes, these people need to be regulated, but then the bigger problem is, why is your child so idle that they're listening to Andrew Kibe?
Why don't they know anything else?
Why is your child so gullible that he'll follow everything that these people are saying without questioning? You didn't build a foundation of critical thinking in your child. So that also applies to women.
Yes.
Ule mama wa sprinkle.
Oh my God.
Atakupoteza njia. Unaona?
What's her name? Okay, I don't touch these people. Shera
Something.
Shera somebody.
Yeah.
So
So she'll go and tell you you're a queen. You know, if this nigga doesn't drive
you
a
deserve
BMW.
a high power man.
Yeah, bro, and you're not working on yourself.
Oh my God.
Which universe is that? You get? So people are not looking at why are people listening to Andrew Tate? Why are young men and young children listening to people who will poison their needs?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, Blaze. What's your take?
And these people are going like for the like disenfranchised. Like men are feeling that they are becoming disenfranchised. Where you find that these studies are showing that more women are joining campuses as compared to dudes.
Yeah.
Women are earning better. There are more spaces for women empowerment and all that. So these dudes are feeling like they are disenfranchised.
Yeah.
Where now hao ndo wamekosewa, the society is failing them, the society is not catering for them, it's abandoning them and all that. So when you find like these dudes who talk like they know what they are saying, inakuwa very easy to now subscribe to that, because maybe you've never had a positive male figure in your life.
Yes.
You've been handed from one system to the next. So you have no you have no code, you have no belief in who you are or what principles that you hold. So especially in young men, when you are very angry and when you feel like the world is against you, ukisikia what Kibe anasema, ukisikia what Teta anasema, ina make so much sense.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to now put in work, because let's say you want to drive a good car, you want to live in a good house,
right.
But maybe from 20 to 30 you have to grind. But wanakuambia you deserve these women, you deserve this life, all you have to do is act XYZ.
Unaona? Pump your chest. Yeah.
Inakuwa very. Then there's this notion where because you are a man, you are the prize and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What they don't tell these dudes is that for responsibility you have to earn. Like the responsibility comes with so many things attached to it. Yeah. For you to be let's say you are a responsible man who is dependent on people, you have to do more work to make sure maybe your people are good.
Yeah.
To make sure you yourself you are good. You are living in a good house. You are paying your rent. So they are not telling these dudes what goes into this.
The reality.
And then you find that the most fans of this podcast and spaces are between 14 and maybe 25. And you look at Kibe is over 40. Yeah. Then you look at Tate is around going to his 40s.
Yeah.
Unapata, these are people who've been there for all these years. They're not showing you the process. They're showing you the final end product.
And their stories are really broken if you look into them. Like they did not have life figured out in their 20s.
Yeah. So unashanga, like how will a 19-year-old who has just left his mother's house have money to take someone to Diani, or even money to feed himself?
Yeah.
So what the society need to is to maybe set very strong structures for these young men, because once you leave, especially if you don't play sports, once you leave high school, you don't have any more communities. The communities you have now, ni wase unakatanga maji now, ni wase like just evil.
Like if you don't look for another hobby, if you don't belong maybe to a church community, you don't do anything else. That's it. So from there on, like, you graduate, everything goes to nil. Yeah.
So and most of these dudes, especially when their life is getting hard, when isolate, unapata una friends. Ndo unaona saa people turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, But kuna some points where these masculinity people, they make sense sometimes, where they are telling you, if you wake up in the morning, spread your bed, go to the gym, learn something, do XYZ.
Yeah.
The problem comes when they start sensationalizing things
Yeah.
and then they start attacking other people.
Right.
Yeah. Huwezi pata ati mama amepost picture on Twitter or wherever, or you even take a picture from Instagram, their Instagram, you come and post and start saying,
Yeah.
you'd never be with such a girl.
Talking like, why do you need, like, it's be with the one that you want to be with. You don't need to talk trash about anyone else.
So like there's a very fundamental flaw in how dudes are getting raised. So now you see these are the men who are now supposed to raise the next generation.
Tricks. Yeah. And now everybody's having kids at 19. Like, I don't have an issue with that. Like, imagine take care of your babies, but like at 19, what do you really know? Like, it's a sad situation. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is a lot, guys. And we're just gonna listen to one for you by Fee, and then we'll come back. We'll come back and continue having this conversation about masculinity in contrast to the girlies. And if you have any feedback for us, please let me know what you're thinking about this conversation at Power Radio across all social media platforms. You can also find me on @Caroline Murote. Enjoy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
This is Hendrik Sam.
Misikatai, unanidai, akiwalahi, ninaogopa sitadinai. I want you to lie, ni vile I'm trying to find good love, baby. I'll be the one for you. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. If you wait for me, I don't need nobody else. I'm trying to find good love, baby, maybe, and I'll be the one for you, baby, maybe, I'll be the one for you.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
You said you like all comba. Baby, turn around up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin and not Georgia. Melanin na lova. Nobody can boga. Well, they tried sometime back in November. They really didn't think I would remember. Sahi, my confidence in my rise. I never used to be like this before. I used to be so damn insecure. Atikuwa dark skin ilana. Haters are working loud. Nothing ever sweet like coco. Get on the dance floor, make them loco. You say you like Ologomba. Baby, turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin and not Georgia. Melanin na lova. Nobody can boga. You say you like Ologomba. Baby, turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin and not Georgia. Melanin na lova. Nobody can boga. You don't know how I like your confidence. The way you walk, how you talk, it's evident. Black is the beauty, so more for them, so more for them. You are a star, brown skin, una kill. Oh, show them who you are. You are a star, brown skin, una kill. Oh, show them who you are. You like a loco. Like a loco, you like that toto, like that toto star. You like a loco, like a loco, you like that toto, like that toto star. You like a loco, like a loco, you like that toto. Like that toto star. You like a loco, you like that toto star.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Welcome back to Sheversations. If you're just joining us, we've been having a conversation about masculinity and just contrasting it with what we know about, all of them girl-child issues and everything that we've been screaming here on Sheversations since day one, so we brought the gents themselves to confirm, they're real. I can confirm they're actually real human beings. They're not bots. They're not AI. Please prove that you're human.
We're humans.
They are human beings. They are human beings and they are here to represent themselves. So we are not experts, guys. And if somebody out here is claiming to be an expert on masculinity, suspect. Take them with a pinch of salt,
A bucket load of salt.
A bucket load. Even your meambiwa, a whole bucket load, Yes, so I would like to know what interesting but sana toxic, if you have relationship experiences, do you have out here in the streets? How's Nairobi?
So wait, for myself, for me being toxic ama someone else.
He's already laughing. It's going to be interesting.
So like for me,
for you,
me being
ukiwa toxic ama ukikuwa
no, like
toxic.
whatever, like maybe you're the one umefanyiwa ama niwe umefanya, whichever.
Obviously, kuna msichana akiniona nikiungua hizi nitembea
Okay.
Obviously. But it's deserved.
Okay.
Okay, I'd say, let me put a disclaimer. I've never hit a woman.
Okay.
So let's say get
for the
that out
record,
of the way.
he just spoke sideways out of his mouth. That's what he's saying.
So I think it's very sad that I had to learn through experience.
Okay.
Obviously. And I think yangu tu ni taking people for granted.
Okay.
And learning the hard way. But I think as a man, I don't obviously can't speak for women, but as a man, I think you always have that woman that you think she'll always love you. Like no matter what you do, hata ufanye nini, she'll always love you. And then one day she wakes up and she realizes her worth. And
actually, I am the prize.
Yeah. So I think that's a very painful realization when it hits you that you can't get her back. Like no matter how many flowers you buy, no matter how many notes you write, no matter how many songs you send, no matter how many friends you send to her, she'll never come back. So
you sent friends.
It's a very
humbling.
Yeah, it's a canon moment. It's a canon moment.
Okay.
So I won't go into details obviously, but nimefanyiana mabaya na nimefanyiwa mabaya.
Njeri mali uko Victor amesema pole.
The funny thing alikuwa anaitwa Njeri by the way.
Yes, I'm normally prophetic. Do you see?
But Njeri alinifunza to take people to appreciate people when they're still here, to do the things that you want to do when they're still
in your life.
Give them their flowers. There's this Bruno Mars song. I should have given you flowers.
So like obviously I've had that. I've also seen a lot of dust.
You've been sure.
It has also why nikikaa kwa barrel
inakuwa final
like in add character tannins na whatever. So they've added to who I am as a man. And it has shown me the importance of doing things in the moment and not waiting for at your perfect moment. So the small things like sometimes you don't have money, but
intentionality.
Just come on. Sometimes it's a pin pop. Like kimbaya like unaweza enda place umbaye bracelet ya 50 bob and that will make her so happy because she likes color blue and you got her bracelet.
Umemfikiria tu.
Exactly. So it's not just about the grand moments also matter.
Msamehe.
Hiyo ilishaisha. So it's important also to let go so that the next person you're with hata have to deal na hiyo pain.
Right. Oh, Blaze, vumbi umeona ama wewe ndio uko na dish out?
I think me niliona things maybe when I was a bit younger.
Okay.
Like when I think that when yamesema it molds you.
Okay.
I think it's very important, especially for dudes to go through these things when uko young enough.
So uko nje kuna msichana anakuonanga na anaanza kukasa under her breath.
Yeah, kuna mtu hata akinini
anasema
anashangaa what the fuck. But I think me I've had very good relationships or situationships or
why did they end?
So sorry. They end because like sometimes I'm full of shit. And
it's the self-awareness for me. We love it.
And sometimes they get tired of my bullshit.
Kai, wanachokanga na wewe.
Are
we learning though? We are learning?
Yeah, I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm learning pole too.
I hope it's getting better. Less.
Yeah. Like as I've grown old and nimeacha kunini kuanza vitu zenye sina intention ya see through.
Wow. Just like just taking whatever you can handle and being honest with what you're willing to give.
Yeah, and being honest. And like on the streets, like I've seen people see bad things.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm not like one of those people.
Yeah.
Because there's a time during the pandemic, there was a dude who had DM'd me akanishow venye alikuwa na mamas. Umse alikuwa na travel sana like, because he was working in events. So lazima ende at that time like 2019 kulikuwa so many events December. So ana travel anaenda Naivasha, anaenda Thika, anaenda wherever for work, like for every weekend hakuwa around Nairobi. So he akaona mamas fulani akamlike and then wakamove in pamoja. So mamas chamba kwa wera, mamas ako maform tu akikata maji nini. So venye COVID ili happen, mzee anapigia mama simu, mzee mwingine ndo anashika simu akimuuliza unataka nini mzee?
It's like why you calling my girl's phone?
Yeah man, so it was like ni heartbreaking. Like.
Na I hope iko wewe.
Zizi mimi hizo situation haziwezi nipata.
Okay.
Penye nimefika
You're like,
Because
fear
it's-
take 24
no.
hours to fear women.
Yeah, siwezi pigana simu masaka hiyo and all that. But so for these dudes, especially what I've seen Mimi, nice dudes, they're like not nice dudes per se, like these dudes who will kiss the ground that chick walks on.
Nice dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They see bad things as
Yeah.
compared to like sketch cuts.
Yeah.
So in the streets, kitu mi unishangaza why. And this is what's attracting these young men to these dudes who are villains and all that shit.
Yeah.
Ju-
The kibes.
Yeah. These dudes are pulling all the girls that they want
Right.
by being dirtbags. Wewe hapo you are a good guy, unaenda Sunday school, you call your mother 3 times a week.
Nice guy. You are a nice guy.
You call your
Maybe
mother
there's a
3
very
times a
big
week.
difference between a nice guy and
Yeah.
a good guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say
So-
nice guys finish last.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every
As
time.
they should,
Every
as they
time.
should.
Every time. So
Well, yeah, I love for nice guys. Okay, speaking of which, let's talk about vulnerability. Yeah. So there's often a stigma around men expressing their feelings, being honest. A lot of times it's called being a weak man. It's called being a simp. It's like you're not even man enough. Obviously, that's the kind of stuff that the Andrews speak against. Very the what's his name when you are Twitter? Amerix. So like how does that feature as you guys are doing your podcasting, as you guys are interacting with communities in your workspaces? Is that something that you guys like to address, or maybe even in your personal lives? Is that something like being vulnerable as a man? What's your stance on that?
First of all, I want to give a shout out to my boy Muigai.
Okay, Muigai.
He's listening in.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. So shout out to him. And sorry, repeat the question.
Vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
To Liama as men, is it
Not
okay?
really.
Is it
Okay,
good? What's your stance on
Me,
that?
Personally,
Yeah.
I believe that men should be vulnerable.
Yeah.
But within certain spaces.
Okay.
Yeah, within certain spaces.
Like we can't have you crying everywhere, bruh.
Yeah,
Lia kwa
facts,
bafu,
yeah.
bro. Lia kwa bafu.
Okay.
Lia kwa bafu.
Kwa pilo.
Lia kwa pilo. Peke yako, eka ngoma zenye unapenda, kani Tupac, kani Ohangla, kani
Taylor
rock
Swift.
music, kani Taylor Swift.
Oh my god.
Lia ukiwa uko peke
Oh
yako.
my
bro.
goodness.
Kuje kulia Twitter.
Okay.
Ama-
So not on social media
Watu
ever.
watakucook,
Ama
bro.
on news, about
Eh,
so
watu
like the thing
watakucook,
these
mbaya
dudes
sana.
realize is that
Yeah.
especially if you cry publicly
Yeah.
or you cry with fanfare and all that, you realize your tears in the streets mean nothing.
Yeah, uko peke yako.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was someone I was telling that men usually realize that the only person who cared about your tears was your mom. Like ulienda tu hivi kindergarten tu hivi.
Yeah.
Your tears ziliacha kumata to anybody.
Is it that bad out here,
Yeah,
guys?
it's really bad. The problem with vulnerability, when people talk about vulnerability, so who are you being vulnerable to in
Okay,
the first place?
so it matters who.
Yeah, who? Because first of all, there's when every time someone someone commits suicide or what, people say, you could have talked to me. Didn't you have friends?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. But the flip side, what happens, especially to male vulnerability, is it's that it can be weaponized against you.
Yeah.
Whereby ulikuwa vulnerable last week, then you're arguing with your person.
Yeah.
This shit that you are going through last week inakuwa
Atasema, sasa utaanza kulia tena. And it's like
exactly,
last week you were supporting me, you were comforting me.
Yeah.
That's toxic,
and then
actually. Wow.
ukisha you do this nini on your own, this experiment or study on your own. Ask like the ladies when you're unasikiza hapa, how many times kuna kuanga a limit. Yeah, how many times you can be vulnerable. You just ask them.
I've actually asked ladies that before.
Yeah.
And a lot of ladies were like, as we don't want men that cry.
Exactly.
And I was just like I don't mean like when every single day. I just mean like, like now like you're breaking down. Like you're working a toxic job. You come, let's say that, you guys are living together, mko tu pamoja, you and the person that you love. And then you're like, unafungua roho. Like is it okay to shed a tear or two? Like ukifungua roho to a safe space to the person that
if you are unfortunately, if your mom passes away, if you have lost your baby, that's allowed. But then see atiju, okay, I mean this will come off very
Brash.
brash.
Yeah.
But as a man, unfortunately,
Hauna
no one
luxuries.
cares about your pain, bro.
Okay.
No one cares. And the only people who baby wanaweza empathize na wewe are fellow men. And that's why hata Blaze anasema there needs, unaona kama kitambo like ukienda hiyo ofisi zenyu za kitambo wale zilikuwa kulikuwa na hiyo YMCA.
Yes.
There were spaces like that for men, like people even in churches. I don't know about mosques, but I'm sure they were there. Like mentoring the next generation.
Right.
Like this is how you treat a woman. This is how you make money. This is how you wear a tie. This is how you polish your shoes.
Right.
This is how you make wealth. This is how you make sure that you're not being conned when you're buying land. These things don't exist anymore. Almost everyone is winging it. So unfortunately, ukikuja kulilia mamazo wako ukimwambia sijui my boss is doing this 1 2 3 4 5 to you, anataka solutions. Okay. Sadly, man. Like,
what if you normally have solutions but then umefikiwa mwisho, like that's like for today you don't have solutions?
So now when that happens, you go to the shower,
Tupac,
and you put on that playlist.
So the thing,
and cry,
the thing with dudes is that, especially when maybe let's say I have a wife and kids, I'll try to protect them from what, like, the things that I'm going through.
Right.
You like huwezi taka ku expose your kids. Let's say you are going broke, hauna rent ya hiyo mwezi. You hutaki ku dump that uncertainty to the people who look up to you.
Okay.
So that's what, like, most men are going through. And also, like, ukisha open up, sometimes it leaves for I think for women inakuanga a relief. Like, if you open up, you talk. For men inakuwa changa with a bitter.
It makes you feel exposed. Like umeji.
Umeji exposed. No wonder, like, most men our nini na therapy as such.
Okay.
Therapy, what you are going uko kuduni ku face yourself, talk about the most embarrassing things that are happening in your life. So nika una relieve those things again. So it becomes very hard. So I think for vulnerability, you should have spaces where you can be vulnerable, or people who you can be vulnerable with. So in the end, it's queer imekuwa weaponized against you.
Okay.
Sometimes kuna unapata you talk with your girl about something.
Yeah.
Maybe ameenda kuomba, and especially this is very well meaning that kuna ile story ya nini ya kuna time tukienda somewhere tulikuwa tunasikiza story kwa radio.
Okay.
So there's this dude who was having issues in the bedroom with his wife. Wife amemwambia aende hosi, go see someone.
Okay.
Then because the wife is very well meaning nini akaenda akaambia his friend, talk to your friend blah blah blah,
like, so his guy friend. That's weird, guys.
Then unapata
like, where
unapata sasa inakuwa it's like
you humiliated your
exactly
person.
So vulnerability for men is very,
it's not a safe space.
Lazima utafute a very safe space, very hizo safe spaces hakuna nowadays, even like especially if you go drinking with your boys, hakunanga anything you are talking about ati you go deep into issues or something, like it's very surface level stuff.
So do you guys have safe spaces individually? Do you guys have safe spaces, like, aside from Tupac in your shower?
I think for me I have football for me.
Okay.
Football for me is my release. And I think part of the reason, unaona high schools kuna time walikuwa na choma shule sijui mwaka gani. And people were talking about how important it is for young people to have a release. You see all that pent up energy, all that pent up frustration. You need to direct it somewhere. If you don't direct it somewhere, it will have very catastrophic consequences for anyone, bro. Like, for men, for women, doesn't matter. So I think for men, because we're here talking about men, I'll say that it's important for you to have an exercise or an activity, a physical one especially, that takes up your energy, and that you use your brain, and that you can use to take out your frustrations, or whether it's video games, whether it's playing basketball, playing a sport, hiking, jogging, boxing, going to the gym. Find an activity that will, and then in the process it will also prolong your life.
Okay.
Ukikuwa tu, a lot of these people who kina Tate and all those people appeal to, unfortunately, are incels, people who are involuntary celibate. So they are not celibate because that they made that decision. They're celibate because either their thought process is putting off their potential mates or their physical attributes like
they're not well adjusted to society.
awogi
Communication skills.
communication skills zako ziko chini and then all of a sudden this person comes and validates you, anakwambia the way you are, you don't need to work on anything. Wewe vile uko na hiyo mdomo wako uoshi na uogi na una pesa uko sawa. So
the problem is society.
So but when you have spaces where if you go to the gym and you're a dirty person, machampa watakuweka, watakwambia uoge. Ukikuwa wewe ni msee maybe mlezi na uko kwa team, wasa watakupea game unless you show up for practice. And that elevates other aspects of your life as well.
Right. It opens up spaces for your issues to be addressed.
If you're an engineer and you go for maybe a hike and you're, like people will tell you if you want to, get girls, this is what you do. This they give you feedback that is not from a person on the screen who's driving a Lamborghini but is trafficking women for him to live that millionaire lifestyle.
And even like the model masculinity especially right now is modeled those guys in the West. Like hakuna a strong model of masculinity especially online yenye iko modeled after us like Kenyan men. Because everything ni uko like red pill what zote ni ideas that are from there. So you find that people are just adopting ideologies without questioning them. You're just taking the thing also if you don't have discernment is that you'll take everything bila kusort out what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Because when he'll tell you there's so many communities in that space. Kuna yenye inaitwa pick-up artists. So in pick-up artistry is where like dudes go out and now muna pick up women kwa mall, kwa bar.
Just like hook up. You just want ladies to hook up with.
So the problem inakujanga, you're not doing it maybe to socialize with these chicks. You're doing it to show off to your boys. So kuna so many fundamental flaws with these ideologies. Zenye ufai kufollow very blindly.
All right. Already, Meskia guys, please cry in your showers with Tupac, unless you're gonna get a physical activity and maybe get help. Shower in those.
And they should get like help. Kama una nini, talk to kama you have men in your family. Or start having relationships with these dudes. Or now maybe try and go maybe look for therapy. And all that. Maybe watakupea away how you can package your things in such a way uta adjust vibaya or uta deal na situations and crises vibaya.
Love it. So community spaces, physical activity, therapy, and Tupac in the shower. That's my favorite. I'm just like, Victor ataki kuona machozi zenu. If Victor finds you crying as a man, he's like, unadu. Bro unachoma. So this is one for you by Fee. Enjoy.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Matilde, in addition to being yourself, they will expect you to be a good girl, grow into a good woman. As you will soon discover, there is no such thing as a good girl or a good woman. There is, however, such a thing as you. Such a thing is true and forever good. Practice your smile, you will need it. It will be your strength and your mask too. You must learn how to kick, how to punch, how to push. You must work twice as hard, you must be twice as smart. To be a woman is a full-time job for half the pay, and even then, not always. You will discover your inner gangster. You will learn to outrun, outdo. They will label you a bad girl. You will learn to be unmoved. Invent your identity. Remember, necessity is a mother, so as need be, change it. Your body is your home, your throne. Adorn it. And remember this, in whatever form, in whatever shape you may be, in whatever version of reality you find yourself in, you are a queen, the feminine energy of all of creation. You are of life and you are life itself, goddess.
Niamini, ninataka uwe wangu milele, kabla upate nishakuwa na mwingine. Niambie, niambie ni mimi, niambie, niambie ni mimi, sitaki kujua mwingine, sitaki kujua mwingine, we sitaki kujua mwingine, sitaki kujua mwingine, we niambie, niambie, niambie ni mimi, ni mimi. Contemplating my decision on a mission for more. It's such a challenge, got tightrope balance, but it's worth fighting for. Niambie, niambie ni mimi, niambie, niambie ni mimi, sitaki kujua mwingine, sitaki kujua mwingine, we sitaki kujua mwingine, sitaki kujua mwingine, we niambie.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Hey, guys, kumewaka huku, institutionalized ndoa huku watu, they're not a fan. Blaze, what do you think? We'll share what Victor is sharing now, but what do you think about unionizing marriage, like a marriage relationship? Sasa mmesema let's put a ring on it, you know, nimesikia ukisema we don't need to involve the government. Serikali by the way umechoma watu hawataki.
I'm not a big fan of hizo nini za juu. One thing yenye they don't tell dudes, especially when they're going to get married, ni waende hapa family court hapa Kilimani. Family court. Ukienda family court, and uta realize how people are, because let's say for most dudes, law-abiding dudes, citizens, when you're jaishikwa at a traffic stop or anything, most of them the first time when they're court ni juu ya nini marriage issues and divorce.
So basically we don't really trust how solid these things are.
The system is not good at all, especially in the West. Okay. I think kuna some leeway and all that.
Yeah.
But in kuna some video I was seeing where most homeless dudes wako homeless usually will get divorced. Na get divorced, unarushwa nje wewe na bibi na wewe hata huwezi ona watoto wako and all that. Yeah, so for me marriage haiko in the works so easy at the moment. Jupia, like when you are looking at marriage as a man, it's about now, like, can you provide for this person, and can you provide for maybe you'll get kids, can you provide for this person for the rest of their lives or for the rest of your life? So say I feel I'm not ready for that. Like maybe I don't have like very stable income. The income that I have, nataka to elevate to some other level.
Like you wouldn't be able to meet the expectations.
Yeah, the expectations that you have. And then one of the fastest things that bring marriage wars in finances. Either maybe usote ama you upoteze job. So I don't want to be in a situation where I'm going naenda kwangu shingo upande these niggas in my house. Hatusikizani bro.
I keep waiting you calling people's daughters niggas. All right, niggas ebuskizeni. This is the ndio girl tuko nayo ndio
ama unaenda nini unaingianga unatokanga home by 5:30 am
right
unarudi midnight. Ukiwa
because utaki drama.
Utaki kupiga kelele, utaki kupigiwa kelele.
I'm okay, you just don't want to face like, hey,
yeah, you don't
I
want
have
to face
nothing,
the hopelessness.
Right.
No. So
okay.
for me, saizi it's not in the works. Maybe in the future.
Right.
But saizi.
I have an interesting perspective on that. I feel like, you know, venye tumeongelea vitu zimechanges and right now the landscape for masculinity is it's shaky depending on where your influences are, and we have said that we are not getting enough of the stable role models, and that's why the Andrews of the internet are, you know, showing us the way, unfortunately. And I think maybe the opinions you guys have shared are as a like on men's side, I would like to think that's like a societal defense mechanism to the drama that you've seen. You know, coming from the perspective that like y'all are messed up. Because I saw my parents' marriage. Honestly, like it was very messy. It was very, very messy. And honestly, I have every reason to say that I'm not interested in marriage. Only, but like my perspective of like relationships and marriage is not coming from what I've seen, because what I've seen is not very interesting.
Model,
and I think that's the saddest thing when we're talking about representation is that this is what representation does. You know, you're like, we don't want marriage because we've not even seen what a good marriage looks like. Like, we're not even sure it exists. And for me, that makes me all the more intentional to be a difference to people in society. I'm like, first of all, that man that's going to have to come here, God needs to drop him from heaven, because I'm like, you know, as cautious as you guys are, me, I'm not just cautious about the companionship. It's easy to get companionship. But I'm like, if somebody's going to put a ring on my finger and then I'm going to abandon my father's name that I've carried my whole life, and then I'm going to be called by some guy's name, and then he's going to put babies in me, ruin my body, Alaf will be cooking for him and doing all sorts of, like, he's got to be somebody whose head is screwed on tight. That's a commitment and a half. And it's crazy. And I'm like, where are the stable marriages so that we can have hope and trust? And I'm like, me, honestly, Jesus peke, kozu kuinje, wee.
And can you mesema by the in very important, because I like what you've said, because you've taken stock of what needs to be done,
right?
So that you realize how high the stakes are,
right?
When you're making that decision.
Facts.
You see, you can't just base it off of
feelings.
Anakaa poa,
right?
Ananukia poa.
Like, I like you.
What about their financial education?
Right?
You know? Like how what's their financial literacy like?
Can we keep up a conversation?
Yeah, like what is their intelligence like? You know, what is their emotional response to adversity?
Kamala Harris ni nani sahi?
To hata anaweza kuwa ajui, but
ako very open to
learning. And then also what happens? Umse akipata challenges, anafanya nini? Ana fight ama ana flight.
Facts. Yeah.
But you see, like. And I mean, what I cook, but I'm gonna say this. I'm meeting a lot of my friends who had babies when they were young.
Yeah.
And none of them wants to. Very few of them. Let me not say none of them, because I'll be lying.
Yeah.
But very few of them want to take responsibility. Wanataka tu kusema umse anako hivi, he's a piece of shit. Bro, sikatai, he's a piece of shit. And by the most times,
granted,
shit. But bro, ulijua hivi vile ulipata ball.
Hey,
ulijua hivi vile au kujua hivi vile ulipata ball. You are overlooking all these things just cause maybe alikuwa ana stroke game yake iko fit. Akona gari, akona pesa, unaona? But now when shit hits the fan, is the way now you realize, men are this,
like you didn't know. Actually, women are notorious. Women are so notorious for being delulu. I have a couple of friends who are like, oh my God, you can never get a woman who's in an abusive relationship out. Like ukijaribu 2 times nivo, like unfortunately we'll come to your funeral, because it's like you will literally mtaenda kutusengenya ati hawa ndio wanajaribu kutu like you know.
Sorry. On that note, very quick
Victor is like,
very quick
it's
story.
here, it's
nilikuwa kijana mdogo. That day I'll never forget that day. Matatu zilikuwa zimestrike.
Okay.
Beshte yangu alikuwa in an abusive relationship hapo Regen. Nilikuwa naishi Ngwaru.
Okay.
Hata sijua ni Mungu vile nilifika Regen. Jumat sinwakisho zilikuwa strike hiyo siku. Nikafika. Kaniambia umse sijua amekuwa kichita, amekuwa kufanya I'm leaving. Kwambia nikujie juu I don't trust this. Maybe nilikuwa mjinga juu naenda place yenye sijui. Nikaenda my friend nikaenda. So nikaenda tukangojea huyo champ wakakam. Mind you niko kwa wenyewe. Anything could have happened to me. but I'm being there for my friend.
Yeah.
Wakaongea kenye waliongea, wakamalizana, wakapeana maneno, tukachukua bags tukaenda.
Yeah.
Tukaenda kwa dem, nilikuwa naishi kwa bed sitter hiyo time.
Right.
So like nililalanga nilitandika mattress chini. Unajua saa nikamwachia bed. Hata yani kufika home ilikuwa Mungu. Tulifika tao ikabidi mse mwingine alikuwa na personal car na gari yake ilikuwa imesha mafuta. Akantuma kwa petrol station nikambeba na akanipeleka paka mtaa. Hizo shida zote nimekulistia. Bro, the next morning tukaamka akaniambia thank you. 1 week later wamerudiana na boy. Bro, kutoka usiku mimi nilisema mimi nitaendea mtu like kwa stage. Si sasa kuenda kwa huyo boy zizi nitakuendea kwa stage
cuz you ni aibu.
Nakuendea kwa stage ukiwa na mizigo tuende mtaa. But sijui nakuendea hiyo nayo haiwezi. Unless and I think that thing for you are victim shaming has made people become so numbskulled that they don't want to take responsibility.
That's true.
Because sometimes sikatai kuna Stockholm syndrome. But at what point do you say, by the way, this is enough? Sometimes you go in and you make a mistake, and I agree. But shuka your train, like shuka at the earliest stage, bro. For your kids, what are you showing your kids? Ati I'm staying for the kids. Your kids wanaona ukigongeshwa
kichwa kila siku, kids ndio sisi hawa who grew up in broken marriages. We now we are working out trauma.
You're messing yourself up, and then now you're messing even the kids.
And now they're gonna mess up other
but
people.
When you call them out, you are victim shaming, you are
no, miss your gopangi, by the way, let me tell you. And honestly, I started with my own mom because I came from a abusive background, situation. And I was just like, Mom, what are you doing here? From the age of 11, I'm just like, and she's like, no, like sasa ntawacha ntaenda wapi. And I understood her because she didn't know anything else. She just knew you grow up, you get married, you get kids, and she was working. At least she was able to stand on her own 2 feet, financially. But she knew that like a woman, especially a Christian woman, you never abandon your marriage. And she was really, really brought up in the sense that if you leave your home, when you're umevunja ndoa. So it does not even matter like walikosana and things were not working. And I was just like, my dad ako hapa hata he's not even interested. And my mom is just like, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna make this work, I'm gonna make this, to the point where I used to fight with her. And I'm just like, imagine we'll go live in a kibanda with you. Sijui tutaenda tukae wapi. I don't mind. And I see that now with my age mates. And I'm like, imagine guys, we've seen this from generations before. So I call it out and I realize again, victim blaming is a thing. But at the same time, I am responsible for my mother, my auntie, my sister, my friend, who's is not psychologically well, because I saw it in my own mother. You're not at that point after you've been abused and it's somebody that you love, somebody that you idolize, somebody who, anyway, your whole life is planned with them. And rightfully so, because you're married. That's how it's supposed to be. Those people are not psychologically well. So Mimi, I treat them as people who are unwell. And I'm like, this person cannot make healthy decisions for themselves as much as they have every right to speak for themselves. So in those situations, I'm a little bit forceful, especially if you're close to me. I will annoy you, you will cry, we'll fight. But at the end of the day, you will never say that sikukusaidia. Like, I'm not just going to come pick your bags. I'm going to be like, is it therapy we need? Yeah. Do we need to watch 6 million YouTube videos? Do we need to go to end a charge, Kesha? Do we need to take you to another counter? Yeah. Do you understand?
We need to block that nigga.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm that kind of a person because I realize these people are not well. And that's the thing that a lot of us don't understand is that people who are stuck in toxic relationship, men and women alike, a lot of them are not psychologically capable to be making healthy decisions. And that's why they stay in those spaces. It's not even the stroke game. It's not even like I love this person. It's just like they don't even love themselves enough. And in that sense, I'm like, I'm gonna hold you accountable. I don't care what society says. Because at the end of the day, I've been here. So if that's what's gonna break our friendship, I've paid my dues to us.
And one of the like scariest things that I've seen, especially from time to time I see on Twitter, is very young girls, like below 22.
Yeah.
Like wako hapo wakisema how they were beaten by their boyfriends.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering,
you're a baby. Umeanza mapema.
Yeah, nashangaa kwani like what's happening?
And there's no ring, there's no legal.
There's nothing.
You can just walk away.
Yeah. And like yes, kuna hiyo the girls, but what's happening even with these dudes where like ni wapi you are like 20 something. So inakuwa very if it was like we had like very good institutions where, so for instance for me I'm raising like a young boy, nikasikia boys ametukana msichana wa watu, itakuwa like some very
like we're fighting
on site. Itakuwa on site juu hivi si mama yako alicrazy
live and direct
uko na shosho yako umegrow up
umefunzwa na nani please,
hizi ni mambo gani unadu to these people, unaona. So I think especially when it comes to, because we are now even in that femicide crisis and all that, is that because the problem that I saw especially earlier in the year, and every time it happens, like something happens, or maybe every time women speak up about something, inakuanga now it's a gender war, like we are pitting women's safety against things that happen to men, which is not like which is inapotezanga the whole thing
about, and that's not even the point.
That's not the point. The point is that we need to come together as a society to safeguard everybody, or to safeguard, because for men we are like, mimi naeza tembea usiku whatever, like it is upon us, if you are like, now if you consider yourself you are a strong man, kama wewe ndio unaona you are the prize, it's your responsibility to make sure the women under your care, or the women who ukiwa in maybe in a certain situation, the women there wako safe. So sijui what has happened where like sijui, I think tumekuwa too individualistic, ama we don't want to, we are making excuses for nini. Inakuwa very very hard to like even take care of like the most vulnerable people in our societies. So I think we need a mind, a shift. Kuna ile tuko tukiongelea about how like there is needed like a culture shift where, because there are some places, kuna tweet niliona msi akauliza ati what would you do if your sister came home amepigwa na sina boyfriend. Kuna msi wa South Sudan alisema in South Sudan tunaendanga kwa nyumba ya hao wase, tunapiga kila mtu, hata wageni, like kama ulikuwa mgeni, like they don't give a fuck.
South Sudanese don't play about their women, by the way.
They don't care about nani alikuwa. Me even like the same thing that I'll do. Even like let's say it comes a point where ati I'm giving away my daughter, nitaongea tu na wazee niwaambie
the day
huyu mtoto akiguzwa, mtakuwa kila mtu hapa mtakuwa visited
as a community.
Nyinyi mtakuwa, everybody atakuwa visited, and bad things will happen too. I think nowadays akuna hiyo, especially among us men and even young dudes, ni akuna hiyo cause and effect. Like you can tell, unaweza kuwa ukibonga la msee, unajua umsee hajai kuwa punched
in the mouth, bro. In the mouth. There are some lessons that you can only learn.
Men was shake kidogo.
Kuna some lessons where like wezi, especially if you go outside, you go to bars and all that, you'll see this very explicitly, where mtu tu anarushana kwa bar na tukana unajua mtu hajai pay for the
they've never seen practical examples of what it means to be a man.
They've never paid for repercussions of their nini. Because especially let's say I go out with my girl and she gets into a fight, utaona like me and the other dude, let's say ni demu mse mwingine, si tutakuwa very peaceful, tutakuwa very amicable, juu tunajua if it comes to that, yes kila mtu ataenda home, but atutaenda home tukiwa 100%. So kuna hiyo like kukuwe na those consequences where if you do X you get Z.
Yes.
And I think for me the conversation now needs to shift from having conversations about blah 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 to policy. Unaona hiyo time ya Mishuki, before Mishuki akuja 2003 January, aliambia wase mpake yellow line, wakanga wavaa uniform na dereva, na organize yourself in circles. Wakaleta siasa, wakasema but serikali kakaa ngumu. What happened? They need. there are still a lot of challenges within the matatu industry.
Yeah.
But nowadays, like
Maroon,
now you
was
can
a
say
maroon hazikosangi.
ilikuwa matatu ya Indimanje, ilikuwa matatu ya Isako, ilikuwa matatu ya Isako.
Right.
Ndio nilipoteza simu. Kitambo Mati ingechoka kubeba Huruma, kuja ibebe Kawangware.
Wakati
but saa hii, you know, small things like that which we are so accustomed to that we take for granted. Like unaweza sema ilikuwa matatu ya Isako, ilikuwa matatu ya Isako. So at least unajua, unaweza ambia mtoto usipande matatu yote haina yellow line. Unaona? And they are held to a certain standard.
Right.
So now we need to move from a point of having conversation to policy.
Right.
To where, you know, if like, you know, vitu kama rape, mi naona hakuna cha 10 years bro. Rape haifai iko na 10 years, 15 years. Rape ni life bro. Capital, you know, in my opinion, nafaa capital offense. That one, corruption with, you know, public, especially huge public projects, capital offenses bro. Like hata hakuna negotiation. Because what do you, what's the basis for I rape someone? What can you say? There's no basis.
You're a sick individual. Exactly. You need help.
You need to be sent to your maker.
That's
no
the help. That's the help.
Tunakufikisha
mapema.
So policy ya kusema for domestic abuse.
Right.
Yeah, there's, like you've said, I like what you've said. There's people who are psychologically, you know, broken to a point where you know they don't want to live there. But now for this abuser, ukikaa ndani 6 months na wanaume wenzako huko industrial area, unalala kwa cement floor, ndio utarealize the consequences of your actions.
Right.
You are messing up your child's future as well as your partner's future. Mtoto wako boy atalan kujua dem akifanya makosa anafaa kupigwa makofi. Dem atalan kama msana anakupenda anafaa kuku discipline through.
Sometimes ina happen.
You get through 1 2 3 4 5. So it's otherwise like we'll keep having these conversations till 2050 and then you know nothing will change. So like we should probably even the next episode, like, you know, find a woman legislator who is, you know, what are they doing to end mtu akipatikana na femicide, what are they doing? Unaona kama prohibition in the states, they made a law for prohibition. Like that's how, you know, that's how the mafia got rich, because of prohibition. As in, there's laws to human beings are full of shit. And if they don't,
we need accountability.
If they know there's no consequences,
that's
bro, easy case hazitaisha.
I hear you, and we keep sijui tuende kwa chari, tuende churches, so that these policies are actually in place first of all, zikuwe implemented.
Kuna ule women rape wa sijui Kirinyaga. She's, I think you guys should have her on this show.
Okay.
I saw she's very media savvy. She's put some very progressive laws that are meant to protect women's rights. And these are the people who should be, you know, spearheading this conversation.
Should be on the conversations.
So that we're not just talking. For the last 5 years, we're making laws to say, ukipatikana umefanya hivi, ukipatikana mtoto wa shule,
consequences.
Unaona kama saizi you're 15 years. Like people know that you don't mess with underage children. So the same thing should be had with domestic violence and rape. And then now we'll be making actual steps.
Okay. Yes, Blaze, let's have some closing comments. Victor has been on fire. He's I love the passion.
We're thankful that we came like to talk about these topics, because when, especially in the media space, where even like the YouTubes and all that, like the general, akunanga spaces where people meet halfway.
Right.
At where we can now talk.
Jina
kwanga either you are very hard-lined uko that side.
Well, like the Americans, hard left, hard right.
Na sit kwa this other side. So I think one of the things that maybe we should now focus on is now having even conversations. I know where you're coming from.
Right.
So if I know where I'm coming from, I'll now even see myself in your situation. I know someone who went through this or have witnessed this. So hakuna haja ya ati kukue na ati this is a masculinity podcast, this is a whatever. What we need are these conversations
as human beings.
As human beings, as people.
Because it benefits us.
Juna benefit like everybody. If they are good men in society,
it benefits women.
It benefits women and vice versa. Like it's near zero-sum game where you find now wait until you get rich, do you start dating or something. So you find you start seeing these people as you stop seeing women as people, but as some things to acquire or something of that sort.
Right. Yeah, we're not objects.
Yeah, so what we tell like listeners and even like if you have a young boy at home or you are a young person, now you can now like start filtering what you are watching. You filter what you're watching because they are very great. There are so many great podcasts out there,
like yours.
Yeah, that zinakushow you go a step further, like zinakushow you investigate more. So mtu asikuja kwambia this is the truth, you have to investigate. So also we encourage young dudes or dudes in general to read a lot. Yeah, read a lot.
Don't be dumb, guys. Don't be ignorant. It's not cute.
Yeah, read a lot. Kuwa na some form of culture. Have a code. Yeah. So even like why we started the pod was that we wanted to learn more, like how to be very comfortable in speaking, articulating our ideas and all that. So
and you guys have done a great job.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So do these things and talking to people and being very ukwe tu na manners, you'll go very far in life. Even like this is not a reward essentially. You do XYZ, you get this. It's just that
it makes you a better person in general.
Yeah, inakuset apart from other people. Like what sets you apart from a mongrel in the streets? No. I'm sorry. Like say thanks. Ambia mseo. Ambia hata makanga mwambie thank you.
Sindio.
Please.
Yeah, as much as memlipa, it doesn't hurt to say thank you.
Yeah. Usiende kwa nini kwa restaurant. Uanze kushout. Uanze kupigia waiter kelele, waitress. It's not necessary. Yeah. So we are thankful. They can follow us on our socials.
Yes, please plug.
We have Blaze Talks Pod. We have Little Grey Notepad. We have Little Grey Notepad across platforms. Blaze Talks Podcast across platforms. So that part too everywhere.
What's Little Grey Notepad about? That's such a beautiful name though. Like why y'all gotta be so deep?
I used to have a Little Grey Notepad where I'd write ideas for my blog. Then now I'd remember so I don't forget. So Blaze amesema kitu ya maana sana, anasema thanking people. So I wanted to, tell people who
shout out.
Yeah,
come on now.
So,
hala at your people. Hala at your people.
Melanin Monroe, thank you for tuning in. Steve ameniambia atanizimia stima nisipom shout out. Alafu kuna Winston alikuwa anasikiza Shoba, Shukran, Better Call Slap, Shoba, Muirigi, Shish,
Muigai.
Muigai.
By the way, unafaa invite Shish. Sinule Shish. Shish. Kuna the other Shish. Or digital something.
Plug me with their numbers. Sure, you guys will be residents here. We have a lot to talk about.
And apia Shishniki.
So
yes, your tribe.
Let's push these legislators to come on these spaces.
Yes.
Let's ask them what are they doing to protect women?
Right.
Because we can't have women being found in sacks. We can't have women.
97 women killed in 90 days.
Bro, kuna dem aliniambia jana. She has a car. When she's going home at night, she has her friends in a convoy.
Yeah.
Drive her home.
Yeah.
She has her own car.
Yeah.
Drive her home.
Yeah.
Then now she goes inside. What the fuck? What the fuck? Sorry, I'm cussing. Where are we living? What is this? You understand? What is this? We are not in
Afghanistan.
Okay, I don't like using Afghanistan because even for them,
it's not fair.
They didn't find they are not savages.
Yeah.
They didn't define themselves there because they are savages.
Yes.
Like we're not in a banana republic.
We're
We're not cavemen. Like we have what separates us from mongrels in the street.
Yeah.
But for now we are having this conversation. Thank you for listening. Tunashukuru sana mazee. We can't wait for the next time.
I feel you 100%. Thank you so much for being, your authentic selves. Thank you for caring, like that's what you should do as genuine human beings. But honestly, here on Sheversations and Apparel Radio, we do appreciate, just humans who are humaning and doing a great job at it. So, we'll see you guys here next time because, lazima turudi bado tuongele hizi vitu tena. And yeah, if you're watching us, thank you so much for tuning in. Unfortunately, we've come to the end, but I'm gonna be here same time next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sheversations. The name, as always, is Caroline Murote, and I love you lots. Bye.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Shani, Laura, you already know.
Tabasamu usoni, furaha moyoni, ninaye rafiki wa kweli, mfalme wa amani. All the sorrows and the worries, nikiwa naye nyepesi. That's why I dance and sing, I dance and sing.
No matter where I go, I'm surrounded. And if I ever fall, I'll never take the fall. Cause your blood paid the cost, I'm not bounded. You gave me a brand new chance. Now I'm living like it's heaven on earth since I met you. Don't have to die, go to heaven just to get you. I have that here, I hold you dear. You whisper and I know that I'll make it, that's clear. Every day, talk about grace, say you give it when I pray. Talk about goodness, talk about love, talk about all the blessings that you give from above.
Good side, the bright side.
Come as you are, yeah, your life will never be the same.
Side, the bright side.
Pero hoy ako yote watching credit all the way.
Steady moving, I'm cruising, steady moving, I'm cruising, steady moving. Wema wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu. Wema wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu.
Whoa, yeah, it's Brandy. Nataka kukuona, karibu ni kutext. Tutaona ndalini, karibu ni confess. Nina mafilo, lakini I know. Kwako ni kalongo, longo, 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 longo. Kulove, mina love, love, love. Bado nakumiss, sitai forget ile kiss. The best timing was this, our loving was real. So, siati nakudis, but it's better like this. Cause we've gotta admit it, 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 admit it. I came for real, you didn't care. Nilikuwa natoka thika hadi kwea, kukupea, so unfair, yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ukweli, tell me, ukweli. Bado wanimiss, hujai forget ile kiss. The best timing was this, our loving was real. So, said you not need this, but it's better like this. We've gotta admit it, 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 admit it. Taka kutumereta, taka kutumereta, taka kutumereta, tumlete tumereta, taka kutumereta.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.